Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is the comment review day. I will look at last week's YouTube comments, pick some, and talk about them. If you guys want to be in this video, leave a comment. You might get in there, and let's get started. With Nicholas Check, 6973. Great new look, mate. Picking up those cold foil PSA 10s. Really exciting for long-term investors. Exciting to see Lorcana getting more and more popular. True. I agree with this. I think it's a really good comment. Yeah. Starting off with a banger. This is Throtton Shares Doctor Who, I think. Avalanche, Kyber Sword, Tinkerbell, Giant equals 3 cards, Massive, and Emerald Steel. Pay pack tactics after damaging all opponents with one of these 3 cards. Absolutely. Good strategy. Pack tactics is nice. We love it to see it. Good comment. Great. Off to a great start. Andrand, that's 4974. I heard they got rid of Pixelborn. Ravensburger is whack. I lost a couple $100 on Lorcana. I only ever played Yu-Gi-Oh, but even in Yu-Gi-Oh, it wasn't like every card crashed hard when one set came out. I was so ready to play Comp Lorcana and made a fairly good Amber and Amethyst deck, and it's terrible on Attorney. I bought labels for like $20 a pop, lol. I got probably not smart, but I literally didn't expect them to go to 3, lol. This game should just come out with actual competitive starter decks, like with meta chase cards and all. I'm not going to play unless it's $30 and I can compete and not with some niche strat that barely works. I imagine a lot of people are upset about this stuff, and even you in a video said the rollout of product could have been a marketing scheme. That's why this game is dead. This power crept is so hard. I thought I could go all out in the first set and be able to trade for the new stuff I would need, but that happened to be impossible. This is a really, really intense comment. So the best way to grab this is just to dissect it bit by bit. Yeah, Pixelborn is dead, but I'm pretty sure it's more Disney's fault, not Ravensburger's fault, but whatever. We'll never know. We're not even going to talk about it. Comparing Yugi to Lorcana is really interesting because right now people are thinking Lorcana is better because of the prize support, which is crazy. You have to look at it from an overall kind of investment thing. If you want to play this game, then it doesn't matter what money you spend on your meta deck if you will do well because you'll get that money back in prizing and it's all okay. Everything crashes in card games. It's just the way it goes. Some things retain value, like Rapunzel's pretty much retained its value since the beginning, give or take. Other cards, like the Beast Tragic Hero, has retained its value pretty much. Other random cards have pretty much retained their value. It's just some cards get power crept out of oblivion, and that's just card games. That happens all sorts of places. Every card game. I do agree that we should get competitive starter decks, because the starter decks that we have suck. They are bad. They are not good at all. A lot of games make competitive starter decks. Like Magic makes those challenger decks, which are competitive out of the box almost, or gotta buy 2. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has had formats literally where you could buy 3 starter decks, a few other cards, and you're good to go tier 1 deck, which is great. Pokemon does the same thing with their League Battle decks, or whatever they're called now. Even the Bandai games have done this. A recent one, the Three Brothers One Piece, that's one that you can do it with. Digimon's side of things, we get a starter deck occasionally that's really good, like the Imperial one back in the day, and the Rapidmon and the Beelzemon ones, the advanced decks, are really good too. So I do agree on that. Lorcana needs to up their starter deck game as a bit more of an entry barrier. How am I trying to word this? As a additional cost to playing the game. Your barrier to entry is way smaller just by going with starter decks or better starter decks. I do think eventually Ravensburger will release the upgraded deck version, basically like all card games do. We'll get our regular starter decks, but then we'll also get the challenger deck or the whatever you want to call it deck with better cards, more competitive viability. I think we'll get that eventually. Every card game seems to do it. Ravensburger is just new. Like Lorcana hasn't been out for a year yet, so give it time. Give it time, is all I can say. But no, the game is not dead. If anything, it's more alive than ever before. I do think the way they rolled out set 1 was a little interesting. I have talked about that before. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, that's a comment. Mimi J726. I think the same with the Deep Trouble box. It's the first game set value we'll appreciate. I agree. I think it's literally a free money button. And DJ Fishins liked your comment. Sound advice, no hype, subbed. Awesome. What I will say is hype seems to be a lot of ways that YouTubers make their videos. because hype, clickbait, blah blah blah. I tend not to do that because it's not my personality. I'm not regularly gonna make a video with a face. I'm not like the Team Sam way, and that's not for me. A couple people in the Lorcana community do it already. You know who they are. I don't have to tell you who they are. You know who they are. One of them is even commenting the Chicago Challenge right now. We all know who these people are. It's not for me. It's just not. Nope. Pete Corp, you should start a bet with that Illumineer set prediction for stock market. I'll take Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Let's see who comes out ahead of 5 years. This comment's really interesting because I don't think this guy has paid any attention to anything I've said. I also don't know if he's just being a smartass for the sake of being a smartass. I have no idea. Or maybe he just thinks he's being educational. I have no idea. I'm not going to guess. It's text. It's hard. So let me just give you my stick on this real quick. I invest in the stock market. I day trade when I have time. And when I don't have time, I have stocks just chilling that are paying dividends, that are growing year by year. Me, you don't got to tell me about the stock market. Okay? All right. So that's number one. And number two, I've never said you are not going to hold these for 5 years. Actually, I probably have like alluded 5, 10 years, whatever. My plan, if anyone wants to just jot this down and put it into permanence, I am not selling any sealed Lorcana product that I'm investing in until at least 2023. Sorry, 2033. 2033 at least. At least. And that's 10 years, 9, 10 years, right? That's the plan. 5 years is too short. You wait another 5 years, you'll get a lot more value from it. You wait even longer than that, value will also continue to go up from there. That's my plan. 5 years is a joke. 10 years is where it is. And I feel a lot better about it knowing that Lorcana is firing on all cylinders pretty much right now. Like, I know my investment is safe. The only variable is how safe is it? We'll never know until we know. But, yeah. Just a thought. And, I guess, final point. Going back to the stock market. I've talked about this on this channel and my Digimon channel. It is important to be diversified. Whether that's in income sources of current employment or whatever, or in terms of investments. Do not stick all your money in one basket because you never know what can happen. But if you have several baskets, you're fine. If one thing goes tits up, that's okay. You got others. So there's some sound advice. All right, cool. Gorgon Kane's 9608. The two Lily commentators, Villain and Specie, I'm sorry, are competitive players. The two main Atlanta commentators, Liam and Brennan, have played competitively, but are really more interested in Art of Lorcana, and that shows in their full understanding of gameplay of the tryhards on the streams they're covering. I don't know how to respond to this comment. I mean, you're right. And my initial analysis, if we go back last week, was we need competitive players covering competitive events. We need people who actually know what they're doing to commentate events so that they actually sound like they know what they're talking about. But that was the last week thing. I'm not going to go into it this week. Hopefully some changes happen, but I'm hesitant to think so because right now they did basically pick their favorites, and there's nothing we can do about that. So it is what it is. It's the hand we are dealt, and that's going to be a different video for me on a different day. But we're not there yet. Charmander. Prices seem to go down with each event. When do you think is the right time to buy prize promos like the Foil Not Foil Rapunzel, Let It Go, Cindy, Dragonfires? That's actually a good question, and there is a good answer. And we've seen this basically historically. Once the prize cards and whatever get circulated out and are replaced with new ones, that's when you start buying them for the collection, right? That's when you start buying them because they'll be at their max supply. So that means that you'll be able to get them for the cheapest prices at that point in time. And then eventually, some of them will bounce back up. But until then, that's when you do it. So hope that helps. And lastly, Robert Cusick. Atlanta, the games were pre-recorded, then the commenting was added afterwards. They really couldn't do anything about the errors, and it would have been awkward for them to call out players after. Judges definitely should have caught those players, though. I did not know this, so I will stand corrected on the one thing, which is good. that leads to a bigger question: why were they pre-recorded? Like why? Why were they like what? Okay, that's a fumble, if you ask my opinion. Uh, the whole point of a live stream is to be live with real-time live footage. Anyway, okay. That's it for today, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you later. Bye.